Russia will soon have 50 brand new nuclear missiles capable of reducing all enemies to a nuclear crater, the head of the country's space agency has warned. Dmitry Rogozin, the head of Roscosmos and a staunch Putin ally, said dozens of new Sarmat-2 missiles, measuring 14 stories tall and weighing 208 tons, will be deployed by autumn to menace Russia's enemies. It remains only to advise the aggressors to talk more politely with Russia, he said. As a demonstration of Sarmat's power, he showed off footage of a 26 feet deep and 66 feet wide hole caused by one of the missiles when fired without a warhead. He said, with a nuclear charge, such a crater at an enemy site will be, well, very large and very deep, and radioactive. And not just one, but exactly as many as the most powerful nuclear missile in the world will deliver to the territory of a fierce enemy. And we will soon have almost 50 such Sarmats. The missile is known in the West as Satan-2, on combat duty. It remains only to advise the aggressors to talk more politely with Russia. Rogozin, a former deputy prime minister and Putin super loyalist, has made several recent threats of nuclear strikes against the West involving Satan-2. For his latest threat, he used footage from Russian TV channel Zvezda, run by the Defense Ministry. The Satan-2 missile is the height of a 14-story tower block and weighs 208 tons, say the Russians. The intercontinental ballistic missile has a range of 11,200 miles and can strike at targets at 15,880 miles per hour after flying in outer space or via the North or South Poles. A Zvezda TV journalist Alexander Kursky said at the Kura military test site on the Kamchatka Peninsula, "This crater left by a Sarmat test launch just strikes my imagination. No warhead, but the depth is 8 meters, 26 feet, and diameter 20 meters, 66 feet. Rogozin, who is in charge of Russia's part in the International Space Station, last week boasted to school children and students that Satan-2 could demolish half the coast of a continent of a Western enemy which we may not like due to its aggressive policy. 2 weeks ago Rogozin threatened to expunge Ukraine from the map and destroy the West in half an hour. NATO is waging a war against us, he said at the time. They didn't announce it, but that doesn't change anything. Now it's obvious to everyone. The 58-year-old Putin crony said, in a nuclear war, NATO countries will be destroyed by us in half an hour. But we must not allow it, because the consequences of the exchange of nuclear strikes will affect the state of our Earth. Therefore, we will have to defeat this economically and militarily more powerful enemy with conventional armed means. He urged Putin to go further to win the war, with mobilization of the state economy. Industry must be forced to serve military objectives, he said. This must be done immediately and quickly, he said. Using a word that Putin has banned in relation to Ukraine, war, he said, "This is a war for the truth, and the right of Russia to exist as a single and independent state." He insisted, the very existence of Ukraine separate from Russia will inevitably turn it into anti-Russia and a springboard of the West for aggression against our people. That is why what we call a special military operation goes far beyond its original meaning and geography.